Hey everyone, how's it going? Yes, I'm back with another video. This one's going to be a little different though. Today I'm going to talk about a George Harrison album. And I've never done a review. I'm not going to consider this a review. You know, reviews to me are all subjective to the person that's doing it. And as I have said before, I will never outright come out and say I hate something or that I dislike something. It's more of I just don't listen to it as much as other ones, I guess you could say. But what I'm going to talk about, I sat down and listened to this yesterday. And in my youth, I used to listen to this. I used to listen to anything. If a song started out slow, I skipped it. And unfortunately, this album fell into that category for a while. I sat down and listened to it a few times yesterday, jotted down a few notes, so forth and so on. Plus, it's a little different. What I'm going to do is if I have any promotional materials for that specific album, I'm going to show them at the end of the video. So that being said, the end of this video kind of ties into my last This Just In parts, because there are a couple things in this group that I recently picked up. Then that's what made me decide to do it this way. I don't know if I'll do every album I have promotional stuff this way or not. You guys tell me. But the album I'm going to talk about, most people don't like it, from the gist I catch, is George Harrison's Extra Texture. This album came out in 1975, and it was the last album that Apple Records released officially at that time. And all things considered, it didn't do too bad on the charts. I mean, the album made number 8 on the Billboard US charts. It had spawned a couple of singles. First one being You. And it was backed with World of Stone, which I have right here. And then the second single, which is, I think, one of 3, or 2, I should say, Harrison 45s that are tough to get a hold of. You can get them; they're just a little pricey. You actually charted and made it to, like, I don't know, top 40, I want to say. The second single is This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying. This single failed to chart. That's why to find this one, it's going to cost you $20-30. If you get it cheaper, hell, that's even better. But those are the 2 singles off the album. And the B-side of this was Maya Love, which wasn't on the Extra Texture album. So that being said, there's technically 10 songs on here. I only count 9 because this is just like a reprise of the song You. The album jacket is kind of cool. It's textured. The first pressings were cut out. Second pressings, they were filled in. And it's got a pretty cool inner sleeve, I think. Same as the U sleeve. And then there's the other side. And I guess originally George wanted this on the front of the album cover, but they talked him out of it and he settled for the inner sleeve. But that being said, the first track on this album, You, it's a catchy pop tune. It's not bad. By the time he got around to recording this album, his voice was back because his voice was so screwed up from the tour and everything. And personally, I don't mind this album anymore. The Answers at the End, it's a pretty good song. This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying, my recollection from that song was it was just like slow. But it actually isn't that bad. George was kind of depressed over the critics and everything when he recorded this album. Hence, the downbeat, I guess you could say, of some of the songs on here. Um, Next one, Ooh Baby, You Know That I Love You. That was written for Smokey Robinson of the Miracles. It's not a bad number. World of Stone rounds out the first side. Then you get a bit more review on the second side, which I don't even count it. It's 45 seconds of you, really. Can't Stop Thinking About You. Mid-range, kind of slow type tune. Tired of Midnight Blue. I love that song. It's got a little funk to it. Great Cloudy Lies, another slower one. And then on the original issue of the album, His Name is Legs, Ladies and Gentlemen, which refers to Legs Larry Smith, who sings background vocals on that song. With so many musicians on this album: Jim Keltner, Jesse Ed Davis, Leon Russell played on Tired of Midnight Blue, Klaus Foreman played bass on some songs, Nicky Hopkins. Overall, Gary Wright played piano on a couple of them. Overall, honestly, it's not the greatest Harrison album, but it's not the worst, in my opinion. That being said, the album itself, and I don't know how much of you know this, and I know a lot of you Beatle collectors out there have this record, but there's the vinyl, and as you can see, the apple's eaten to the core. George's little comment on the state of Apple Records, I guess. Like I said, the album charted at number 8, which was respectable. I don't think the critics liked it very much. Most people don't, honestly. But if we move on to 2014, the George Harrison catalog was remastered and released on CD and vinyl. My vinyl's in the box set. But on the CD, there's a bonus track, which is This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying, and it is the Platinum Weird version. And to tell you the truth, Dave Stewart plays electric guitar on it, and it is actually really good. If you don't have the remaster to this, look up the song and listen to it. It's actually really good. It's a lot more up-tempo than the original version, but there's the CD. I took this one right out of my Apple George Harrison box set. And then it came with a book. The pictures are better, I think. You get more of them, honestly. George's concept drawings for the album, the lyrics, all that stuff is in there. But yeah, it's the 2014 remaster. And the next thing I got as we move along here is from 1975. I just picked this up too. Is the George Harrison Extra Texture Songbook. Really not any pictures in it. Just one, the common one, which it was either this one or this one. But yeah, I picked that up. And then the other two things I want to show you. This one I've had, and it was hanging for a while. I've only seen this for sale twice since I got mine, and I've had mine quite a while. But it is the Extra Texture, pardon me while I reach, hanging mobile with the blue screen in it. There's the 4. But this here I have only seen for sale twice. In fact, I took it out of its cocoon It's because I had it on a piece of foam board and plastic, but I took it out to strictly do this video. But yeah, it's the extra texture hanging mobile. Here's the string, you know. Like I said, I've only seen this for sale twice, and I've only seen 3 in my lifetime. And if you think that's rare, it's nothing compared to, and in my past video I had mentioned that I had picked up a solo display. Excuse me. And you guessed it, it's for this album. It is an extra texture floor display from 1975. Okay. And here it is. The sorry about the glare. The red in here, I put Christmas paper on a piece of foam board because I didn't like the fact that it was just white behind it. If I'd have had blue, I would have used blue so it matched the mobile. But this here and the 2 sides here fold in, and so does the bottom, so it sits on the floor. There's an easel on the back. But this here, I have only ever seen one of these, and this is it. And the individual I bought this from had 2 of them. But I'm going to stand up. There we go. But yeah, this is, I mean, insanely rare. I mean, I can't speak for how many people have ever seen it. But yeah, this was going to be in my This Just In video. But I decided to change things up a little bit because I have so many promotional items for various albums and stuff. So what do you think? Should I, you know, I need to do, I really want to show my vinyl, but should I show it with the promotional stuff if I have it? You know, separate videos? I don't know. I'm experimenting here, guys. Seriously. The one other thing I do have, but it's up on the wall, I'm going to use it as the picture for this video, is the extra texture promotional poster. From 1975. There are a few other things out there, postcards, stuff like that for this album. And you know what? Can't have everything, right? But that being said, I appreciate y'all watching. And overall, I like this album. I don't know about the rest of you, but I do. That could change in a month or a year. You don't know. You know, so that being said, I know this review's all over the place and it's very short, but I appreciate you watching. Take care, everybody.